Hey guys, it's Man I can bring us some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. In the last part, we did some more investigations. I believe this lady right here, Iris, she has like a. I think we ended on. No, we ended on Larry Butts having like a bunch of Psylocks on him. He's clearly hiding something, but now we are gonna go into the meat and the true part of this game that everybody comes for. It's the trials. So yeah, it's time to go. Anyway, we are of course in control of Miles Edgeworth because Phoenix Wright is bedridden after falling into a canyon and nearly drowning. But yeah, Edgeworth is now going to be the defense lawyer for this young lady. Does that mean Mr. Loris is the witness today? No, I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. Sister Bikini. She claims to have seen the very instance in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one more time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Dunim, correct? That's correct. It wasn't me. Very well then. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed, don't worry. I'm taking the necessary steps. Why does it... Wait. Can't you just... He's still a lawyer, though. It doesn't matter if it's a prosecutor's job. Whether he's a prosecutor or a defense... He's still a lawyer. He's still... Whatever. So he still needs to hide the fact that he's a prosecutor. But today, he is a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people. And to believe until the bitter end. That's what a friend of mine told me once. Mr. Edgeworth, you may pass judgment on me from the defendant's chair. You are the one to decide whether or not I am able to do the task I have been entrusted. Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. Alright, time to get started. And I think I know who the judge is. I think it's going to be that Canadian one. And I think I already know who the prosecutor is as well. Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. The defense is ready, Your Honor. And the prosecutor hasn't come yet. The defense does indeed appear to be ready. Yeah, it's the same judge from the last case. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Indeed. I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of the court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It would seem this case is already over before it has a chance to begin. I'm ready to announce my verdict at this time. The court finds the defendant...
Objection!
Well, of course it is. Who else would it be? The prosecution stands ready. And you are? Francisco von Karma, prosecuting prodigy. Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma. Legends are the thing of the past. I am a von Karma, that is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purpose of prosecuting this case. You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, huh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? I'm almost certain that I've seen you before. Or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor. Miss Volkama, do you have anything to say? There is no such weakling as this man. There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office. There isn't? But I'm sure once before in this courtroom. I told you there is no such weakling. What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. But Bailiff, remove that whip up. I have no objection to the whip. You don't? The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 70 cups of coffee. But there is still only one truth. This is what I stand to prove today. This promises this promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix right here today, but looking at you now, maybe this is why I've been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip from my fingers. I see you brought your flair for the histrionic. Is that how you say it? Allow me to add to the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. The stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Very well, Miss Von Karma. Please give an outline of the case. Yep. So Von Karma is, of course, obviously we know the case, so I'm not gonna go over it again. But yeah, I kind of figured out. You know, she was the only character that we hadn't seen again yet, so it was kind of obvious at that point that she was gonna come back. If you don't remember Von Karma, she was from the last game, which is Justice for All. She was like the main prosecutor of that game for a majority of the game, actually. She's got a whip. She likes to throw it around to people. I'm sure it hurts a lot, and it's a poor Phoenix, man. He got whipped the shit. I remember in the last game, like I think it was one of the last cases, or maybe the second to last case, or maybe it was the last case where the last case of Justice for All, she got like hit by a car or something, and she was sent to hospital, so she wasn't there, so he had someone else. But I think in this one, I think it was the second to last case, she whipped the absolute living shit out of Phoenix because she lost. Hold on there. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up nice and straight. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defender's lobby for witnesses with bags. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. Once again, your name and occupation, please. Little old me? Well, I'm the head nun of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. She don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts should leave this sanctuary at once. You want me to leave? No need to get your bikinis in this place. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in the summer. Oh god. No. Don't put that image in my head. In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question. That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris would do anything like that. Let's hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about your own movies that night, eh? Alright. So what happened on that night? That night I was helping an acolyte with a training in the temple, but well, as you can see, my bag likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte return to the Hazakura Temple. There's no bath at the temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soak. It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back, that's when I saw it. So it was a simple coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple. Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple. That sounds like a pretty important statement that she made. There's only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle now, are you, Mr. Miles? Are you, Miles Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination. Alright. Let's see if she's hiding anything. to use the slides there. What is the inner temple? Well, see, with the conversing with the spirits is what we train people to do, right? Well, we'll be the one asking you the question, man. In order to do that, a place strong in spiritual power is required. There's a small temple across the Dusky Bridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes must spend an entire night there to undergo intense training. And how exactly do you help with this process? It is awkward, exacting. It can't be performed without none supervising. Like a tutor watching to make sure a spoiled child studies. A tutor with a whip in your case. If that's the case, then why did you return to Hazakura Temple where the murder took place? Apparently in the past, what they would do, I don't know if this is true or not, but I kind of recall, but in the past, royal family members or really rich people, their kids would study, and whenever their kids acted up, because the tutor couldn't be violent against the prince or whoever, they would get another child, and that person would get the beatings for the student, and yeah, it was pretty bad. And the whole point of it is that, you know, the student would feel bad for the other child, and, you know, would want to work hard so that child wouldn't get hurt that much. But I'm pretty sure there were some kids that just didn't care about the people that were getting whipped. So who knows? Just being alive is like strict training. Wahaha. On the night of the murder, was this fabulous back of your surging again? That's right, raging like a bull in a pig pen. I almost fainted once or twice. I just knew that unless I warmed up, it was just going to finally finish me off. So that's Iris to help the acolyte. Okay. You left Iris to help with what? What do you think? The acolyte's training, of course. It was just past 10 p.m, so we were starting to enter into the training exercise proper. Wasn't your place to remain with the disciple? Well, the job is simple: to watch over the acolytes so that they don't pass away. Just to confirm this point again, that night you met Iris in the Inner Temple, correct? Yes, she's a gentle, honest girl. She never once failed to follow my directions. But according to her, that's what she did. But according to Iris, that's exactly what she did. She didn't follow your directions. Instead, she stayed at the temple. She stayed at Hazakura's temple and didn't go. So, who's lying here? My back is to blame for everything. It's a do or be done kind of world, after all. How long were you in the bath for, if you don't mind me asking? My, what a filthy little rogue you are. I know what's on your mind. No. I bet your next question would be, where exactly did you wash? Ah, this is why you have to watch the young ones. What are you going on about? Pathetic, Miles Edgeworth. The lowest of the low. Is there some kind of kick me sign stuck to the defense bench? Yeah. Now you know how Phoenix Wright feels, man. Anyway, I can't afford to be away from the post too long. You understand? So after I finished, just as I wait, it was after I finished, just as I was heading back. That's when I saw it. What is it? The crime took place in the courtyard, correct? When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a widening hallway from which you can see the courtyard. That's right. In other words, it was a pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before our eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case. That certainly seems to be the truth. There is indeed only one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point out what it is, then I can begin to quantify just how good this witness' memory and observation skills are. That night I was holding a training, but well, you see, so I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. There's no bad. What did she see? Oh god, this might be difficult. I'm not 100% sure about everything. So I let Iris sit. This? Yeah, I got it. Witnesses have to undergo their own trial. I just need to trust myself sometimes. The defendant's fate rests on the powers of observation and memory after all. Well, don't worry. I will order up to the task. A woman of face after all. The head honcho of the Hazakura Temple. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'll let you to explain something to me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant Iris. She claimed that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. No! She said that the defendant or a witness. Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back. But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi, yeah. Why would she say that she stayed in the temple? Why would she say why would she say she stayed in Hazakura Temple, but when she could have just said, oh, I was actually in the inner temple, and that would have been a much better one. Like, if she was not on the scene at all. She does indeed have very honest eyes. All people lie, that is my belief. Why am I the only one being whipped in here? Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means we must call your memory into question. Dear. You're older than me, and yet you want to play that game, don't you? Oh, for some reason I clicked off it. Ah, well, that isn't exactly why my memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in the winter. Then, I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show more of this decisive piece of evidence. Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick. Then please add your comments about Iris to the testimony. And let us return to the cross-examination. That night I was helping in the training, but Iris came to the temple. Are you sure that you're not making a mistake? You, young man, need to get your estimation of me from the floor. Up from the floor. Yeah. Iris always wears the same clothes. The smallest thing out of place would have stood out like a sore thumb to me. You're making a mistake. Thinking I made a mistake. And next time I finish there, witness. Still, I have to wonder. Okay, so there's something clearly wrong with this one. I just came out of the inner temple. She dressed exactly as she was. She was at dinner. No, she wasn't. She didn't have a hood. Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met, she was wearing this demon warning hood, correct? Of course. This is a very important piece of clothing. I'll have you know. Wahahaha, wahahaha. Wait a minute. Hold it right there. Why do you have that? That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night, before the lights out bell was rung. What? You know where I'm going to with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, the defendant couldn't have been wearing this very hood. Well. Oh, it looks like, look, she's wearing, wow, she's very small. Like, very small. She must be like 5 foot. Now I understand that happy look, Wright's face every time he does it. Yeah, now you understand. There are good things and there are bad and good things about being a defense attorney. You know, you feel good when you get something right, but you get shit on for the rest of the trial. It's terrible. But it always feels good when you get everything right. This hood, you have spare ones around the temple, don't you? Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them. I see, a stockpile, a surplus of hoods, eh? Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned. And this is quite strange. Why? If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There's no contradiction there. I'm sorry to break this to you, Mon Karma, but you won't get away with that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. Seeds of doubts. Witness. While I don't wish to call your testimony into doubts, you must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath and on your way back to the temple. Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradiction, stimulation. And we'll continue on with the game, ladies and gentlemen. In the next part, we're gonna listen to her testimony about what happened after she took her bath. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and please subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys later for some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Peace.